Welcome to another edition of What the Fuck Happenings in the YouTube atheist community. And, cart fun. Yeah, it's a little bit fuzzy lensed again. I guess I gotta air this lens out or something. Anyway, really pleasant weather. I've been working. Ooh, jeez. So much to do. And uncomfortable anyway. Yeah, I have to check down here. So, not too much news going on. Really not any, actually. And the whole atheist thing is kind of, thinker kind of world, people thinking. Not much of that going on. So, I did do a response video to a Cant video, and he made another video. It was like I could almost sense something reasonable in his first video, in the sense that he was sort of conceding to some of the truth about life having elements that are unsatisfactory. But then now he's making comparisons, calling things like the pain some white person might feel confronting a black person and feeling guilt as unbearable, and it's just kind of silly. If you took all the white guilt and put it on the head of a pin, you wouldn't have enough mass to make even a tiny singularity. No black holes there, no gravitational waves possible. It's just kind of silly. As silly as a concept. And I don't know why he always reaches for these preposterous exaggerations of, minor emotional circumstances and calls them, like their muscular dystrophy or ALS or some kind of real horrible. Sorry about the wind. Yeah, I did increase the microphone volume, but the downside is, it doesn't hold the setting, so each time I start the camera, I have to set the microphone, which is not acceptable. So, very windy. Sorry. This door doesn't fix this too. Holy shit. A little bit of a, I guess there was a little leak in the roof, Gary. You think? Yeah. This is all a bit tragic. Yeah. It's always something. We had horrendous rain here. So, something else for me to have to do. Fiberglass. These things are really nice, these fiberglass things, compared to the wood, but yuck. It's fiberglass. Yeah, that's quite a mess. Interesting. Squirrels have been living in this, no doubt. Well, at least that'll dry out nicely. Yeah. Excellent. Hopefully the floor has survived. Urethane it years ago, so it really should be okay. This is disposable. Pink. I don't like pink. I used the pink one, Gary. Oh, that's a big one, though. It's good for a drop cloth. Yes, sir. I take my work seriously. This poor floor is really a rough year. So anyway, yeah, this is yeah, the window's rotted out. So I've got to replace all this, whatever. But it's way too, the stuff is horribly inefficient, so it really need to be redone anyway. This house is a bitch to heat. But, the bad side is it did get to the floor a little. Yep, a little bit of rot there. I have to fix that too. maybe I can win the Nobel Prize before I have to do this, and then I won't have to do it. That would be cool. Yeah. Hiring done. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, there are people out walking. Kids. Yuck. 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 I want a dog too. A pit bull. Oh, great. Kids in a pit bull. People are just so clever. It just amazes me. They're just asking for it. You're just saying, yeah, go ahead, ask for it. Just go ahead, ask for it, assholes. Just million things to do. Well, let's have kids and a pit bull. Yeah. I think it's a smart thing to do. Anyway. I was going to put this tarp up against this wall and I never did that. Yeah. Oh, silly me. Let's see how much damage is this. Doesn't look all that bad. I mean, it looks bad, but I mean, it's not as bad as it looks. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, there's a bunch of tarps in there. Anyway, so this video is going nowhere, isn't it? Oh, well, I didn't have anywhere to go anyway. Because nothing's happening, really. I think my old fan posted a video. I was getting a little worried. Yeah, but she's, what do you ever call that? Personal issues. Stuff. Anyway. And, so, it's good to see her back anyway. That's not good. A lot of problems in here. Anyway. Oh, I think I did this line. It's funny, it's still there. I put stuff on it to make it less obscene with the light bulb. I did that. Let's see how good it's not fucked up. That's just sagging. Okay. Alright, so enough of this. I'll go find something real to do. And, I guess I'll have to leave this open for a while. Garbage guys will take this shit. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be back when I have something else. When I'm doing something else, maybe. Yeah, I don't want the wind out there. So anyway, sorry. It's we just call it an early spring video kind of a thing. Just yeah, it really wasn't a bad winter. Just one bad storm, snow-wise. Like 5 really cold days, and the rest of it was a breeze. Till later. Back again. Laundry. Yes. So, anyway, I'm really tired. Lots of junk. Look. Buffalo. I don't think that's worth anything, right? Yeah, I don't know why that one's in there. That one I could throw out. Ugh, what a mess. All this stuff is filthy. Huh. That poor cat. It's kind of ugly paint job, actually. Quite horrible. I guess I should repaint that one. Put that in the repaint pile. Sell it. Anyway. There's a mess here too. Anyway. There's junk in these chairs. I just can't. Anyway. So what else is there to talk about? See how windy it is. Picture frame. It's a nice one. Paint something on there. Yeah, good. It's pleasanter outside. It's still a little windy. But very nice. Really. Lovely weather. And such. Nice. Ooh. Yeah, it just looks a little ragged. Looks very ragged, actually. Oh, I'll show you the funny thing I did. You know, we had the big snow. I had to get the snow off the roof, and so I invented this. You know, I took the cage from a fan, and so I could throw it up on the roof, you know, on a rope, and I could pull the snow down. So I threw it up, and I got a ringer on the pipe, so I have to get the. Couldn't get it off. I have to get the ladder and go up there. But anyway, it's kind of funny. But you know, the good news was I had already got most of the snow, so it was okay. Yeah, I gotta cut all these down now. Hey, cat. Where's the other cat? Oh, there he is. And they sort of get along. Only two cats get along, really. Santino and Maui Face. Yes. So, yeah, this held up pretty much. A little bent. Should go to straighten that out. Right? Yeah. A new hole in maybe or something. Anyway, it's okay. So I'll do a real video eventually. Oh, my chimney fell over. Oh, that's a disaster. And all the leaves are off of this thing. Where the hell are the leaves? Years. Almost asparagus season. Yeah. Oh, it's not almost. Chimneya's got a problem. Yeah. Sank in the mud, I guess. Well, I don't have to guess. I can see that that's exactly what it did. It sank in the mud. Alright, you have to hold on a second. See if I can put it back without breaking it. Just a minute. Oh, here. I can do it this way. You can watch the front. Yeah. Oh, fuck, my back. Ew, sorry. Ew. Okay, don't break. That's it. I have a piece of aluminum in there to cover that hole. So I already knew about the hole. See? Yeah, there's a hole cover there. Ew, sludge. Yeah, I have to fix that. Ow. Yeah, my back is not so good. I think this is a dead tree. Really pretty sure it is. Break a twig. Oh yeah, it's dead. Well, anyway. Oh, sorry. Yeah, what am I doing this for? Gotta fix that lawnmower. It's just everything's shit here. Look at the whole deck is gone. But the motor's still good. But the problem is you can't get the damn things, you know, the damn bolts are so fucked up. Oh, there's the well. Yeah. You can't see him, but he's on the chair. Anyway. I'll cover this power washer. Oh, quite so much to do. Anyway. So, this is the beginning of the outdoorsing. And, yeah, so that's it. So maybe one more add-on, that'll be it, and then I'll let you go. So I really don't have anything. Kind of said it all 4 million times. Well, 400 times maybe. A lot of times anyway. Gotta get the car working. Wheels are very nice though. Engine runs a little rough. Yeah, I'm working on that. Back indoors. Quiet. Anyway, so anyway, I've still been doing the physics stuff, so I did post some physics videos. Just did the first installment of electricity one. Made a ton of mistakes in a way, but it was really good because, you know, I noticed the problems. I said, oh, I got to fix that, and then I thought about it, and I came up with a yeah. So wait for electricity too. Later. Because I got it. I know why. I know how Transformers work now. I know exactly what's happening. It's so obvious. I should. Well, anyway, yeah. So this little piece by itself is Nobel Prize. Just this one little piece. It's just amazing. And no help from you fuckers, which is also amazing. Just that fucking cunt, whatever his name was. The Truth Quest. He leaves this fucking obnoxious. Just an obnoxious comment from such an asshole. You are the most arrogant cunt I've ever seen in my life. No, you are, asshole. You sit there and show up on people's videos just talking absolute shit, like you know it all, and you don't know shit. Anyway, you don't even know why I watch you. I don't either. Fuck off. None of the shit you spew is yours. Now, that's just such an amazing thing to say when I have done the whole process live on video. Really, the whole thing. From the first realization about gravity, and that's all I was talking about, and then every other little piece that I figured out in videos. It's happened in the videos I've done. What do you mean unoriginal? You fucking cunt. It's just such a... None of it is original. Just an amazing statement. Like I said, the electricity thing just came to me today. This is how it's always happened. These little pieces come to me. I say, oh, that's it. That's how it works. No, nowhere else. Not that it really matters, but fuck you. All of it came from someone else. Who? Fucker. It's just such an outrageous accusation. He calls me a cunt. All. He puts in capital letters. Just amazing. And yet I still listen to you. Fuck off, though. Really. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, you retarded Section 8 troglodyte moron who thinks he knows everything. You don't even have a job. Well, that's a silly add-on. I don't have a job because I have an anxiety disorder. Okay, jackass? Since I was 16. And it limits my capacity, so I have to settle for shitty, yeah, I have to do the beggar thing, so I have to work for shit. And wait, you don't think I can get a job, idiot? Fuck you. It's just stupid. I can fix cars. I've installed 4 or 5 furnaces. I've done all kinds of shit. I've worked on all kinds of shit. Fuck you, idiot. You have the temerity to call somebody else arrogant. It's just amazing. Anyway, speaking of amazing, sorry, I didn't do it on purpose, okay? I just stopped the video and this is what I got, so, it wasn't on purpose. So I just figured we'll play the end of this just for the fun of it, right? So let's just see what happens. I don't know if it's going to play. I might have to reload it.
And at that moment, he grasped what he had done.
So now he's talking about Malcolm X hurt a woman's feelings. A woman went up to Malcolm X, right? Probably just looking to get fucked or something, right? What can I do to help, Mr. Malcolm X? Boy, you're a big black man, aren't you? He said, ain't nothing you can do, bitch. And that's apparently devastated her for the rest of her life. She just didn't know what to do with herself. She was just totally, that was like having leprosy. That was like getting leprosy. Malcolm X told me to fuck off. Oh my God, the end of the world. With this whole white guilt, like I said, I can surely understand, as a white person, feeling no love for my race, for the heritage of the European conquest of North America, the slaughter of the Indians, the natives, and then the enslavement of the Africans and the whole fucking manipulation and the denying them culture, denying them education, denying them all this stuff. But again, you could just argue, then where's the black guilt for, well, look, we fix all of that shit. We pass laws, basically saying it's illegal to allow your bigotry to affect somebody's life personally in some kind of personal way. And what do? You a bunch of welfare whores stealing the money from poor working white men. So, I mean, where's the black guilt for crime and mayhem? You know, I'm just saying there's no point in it. There's just a point in recognizing that, look, okay, I mean, the black culture of fuck the man, that ain't going to work anymore. And really, the man isn't the one who keeps enslaving you to poverty, because the man isn't telling you to have 5 kids on a welfare check. You know, the man isn't saying have 5 kids in the slum. The man ain't doing that. So, you know, there's got to be some point where you say, yeah, I mean, I got to take some responsibility and say, yeah, I got to be, you know, I got to be employable. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's a whole pile of that culture that doesn't want to have anything to do with this whole idea of employment. So, where's their guilt for, you know, the guy working 50 hours a week to barely get by, and he's got to pay somebody else to have kids? I mean, he won't even have his own because he's afraid of the liability. And yet he'll watch some guy in the hood, you know, just ching him up, you know, and take his cut of the welfare checks. So where's the black guilt for that shit? So I'm just saying, fuck the guilt. I don't want it. I'm just saying, that you know, this is the mess is the white man's fault intrinsically. Okay, he's the one that started the problem. But the fact that the problem still remains isn't Whitey's fault. I mean, Whitey has done a lot to fix the problem. So let's not say Whitey didn't do nothing. And yeah, that's all. I mean, if that's coming off as racist, it's really not intended to be. I'm just saying that I say the same thing to the loafer whites, you know, on welfare. I just mean that we know that this is a thing of the poor mentality, and that's all I mean by much of black culture is a poor man's culture, and it has these poor man values of kill my landlord. I mean, it just doesn't go any further than that. It doesn't have any plan for the future. It just keeps manifesting the disease, so to speak. I probably didn't fix it, but whatever. Yeah, well, just whatever. You know, think what you wish to think, all this other kind of crap, but I'm just saying that the point of this video is that this is a silly thing to talk about as if this is the definition of suffering on earth, is being a person who walks up to Malcolm X and says, what can I do to help? And Malcolm X says, why don't you go fucking eat a toad? I mean, that's hardly the worst experience in the universe. Yeah, I don't think that's like anal cancer or something. Fuckwit. It's just so rude to call that. It calls this suffering. You know, this is the definition of suffering. Oh, somebody hurt my feelings. Fuck.
Is there any degree of suffering that we can say is not valid, not legitimate?
Well, you know, that's the question is, the point is it's manifested, so you can't say it's illegitimate because it exists. The point is whether it should exist. So there's lots of arguments to be made that, yeah, there's a ton of psychological rubbish in people, you know, their ambitions, their egos, you know, the whole fact that we've trapped them in these syndromes where, you know, their nails are the wrong shape. You know, their eyes aren't quite the right shade of blue, or, you know, they're so caught up in this competition that they can't find any gratification in their existence. So yeah, that's still legitimate suffering, but it's the kind of thing where you say we shouldn't be making people that neurotic. I mean, people like me even shouldn't exist with this anxiety disorder and all these issues, because it's not tenable. It's you know, it's a horrible. And so you want to say, like, if there's a preventable disease, you could take a pill for it, and nobody's allowing them to take the pill, you know, and like some kind of whatever, chronic diarrhea or something. And you had some cure, but they were never given the cure. or the disease was never cured, then the argument is that's not legitimate. So yeah, I would say that the fact that we have so much psychological damage because it's such a bullshit culture and a bullshit society just built on lies, and you know, this control by these fucking cunts we call our leaders, these liars, these compulsive motherfucking cunt liars, glib assholes like yourself. Eesh. I feel your pain. Yeah, bull fucking shit. Yeah, fuck you. I knew that was going to happen.
And what does that do to the overall value of suffering in general? If I can say that first world problems are less legitimate than real problems, say, in the third world, presumably that's what that means.
I don't know what it means. I really don't understand this. So, you know, you just sell this crap that somehow we can't make distinctions between I broke my finger and I've got liver cancer. Yeah, we can make distinctions.
Then you're denigrating the overall actual value of suffering in and of itself, aren't you?
Says you. No, I mean, it's an idiotic premise. You don't denigrate, you can't denigrate overall suffering because you don't appreciate a certain form of suffering. That's certainly not going to denigrate it. It still isn't, you know, I mean, I could be a vegetarian and I could still eat fish because I have some rationale that the fish are going to get killed anyway, nature's going to kill them horrible, so blah, blah, blah. I don't eat fish, but I mean, you know, theoretically I'm saying it's probably just as humane to eat them as to not eat them because, you know, maybe you can make them even go extinct. So you'd be doing them a favor. You know. But they're just going to get killed by nature anyway. Nature is going to be just as cruel as the fishermen.
If somebody actually is suffering, somebody stubs his toe.
And then the point is that if I was to do that, make this distinction, and say somebody else thought it was an unqualified distinction, it wouldn't change the fact that these other 99% of these other organisms that I'm saying are suffering and I would be against eating them and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't change the fact that I got that right. So if you get something wrong, it doesn't mean the stuff you got right is wrong. But we all know that. So this is just all like, you're just such a game player. God damn it. I mean, to sell this idea that if you don't do total perfect honor to suffering, you can't do any honor to it. That's just such bullshit.
We compare that to somebody having an ice pick driven into a particularly sensitive part of the body. We can say that stub toe is nothing. Really.
Yeah, really. I mean, yes, when you compare those two things, there's really a difference. You know, look at he's selling this idea like, oh, you all know that there's absolutely no difference between a stub toe and having a nice pick in your testicle. No, there's no difference at all. You know that, right? Oh, sure, you're not stupid enough to think those aren't exactly the same thing, right? You're not stupid enough not to know that, are you? Yeah, I am stupid enough not to know that. Retard.
Why is the person jumping around on one foot, screaming and cursing?
Yeah, for 60 seconds. I mean, you know, if the ice pick in the testicle only lasted 60 seconds, well, maybe you could make a comparison. But that we know that's not how that works.
Think about that, right?
And the glib smile to finish it off. Look, I just devalued all this, you know, I can take any big horrible suffering, okay? So what, your kid was trapped in the car and slowly burned to death, you know, with dripping rubber falling on and melting its face off, and, you know, that's a stub toe, you know, right? I wish there were still dinosaurs so he could get eaten by one slowly. Not too big a dinosaur, so, you know, it didn't fit in the mouth all the way, so it had to tear him apart a little bit at a time. Yeah, I wish there was that kind of dinosaur around still. I guess they do have them, you know, crocodiles and such, but, you know, there aren't any where he lives. Polar bears, you know. Yeah, push one up. Get this fucker. Give him the old seal treatment. bite his nose off. Yeah, see if that's a stub toe. Oh, I just hate this guy so fucking much. Anyway, I don't know if the old Pierrot's having a room today. He used to do it 4, but I guess he moved it to like more like 5 anyway. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna bother waiting. So hopefully these videos are tolerable. This volume. So we'll see if the volume thing worked. But the problem will be is I won't remember to always change the setting every time I turn the camera on. So I'll end up with videos that part of it's too loud and part of it's too soft. That'll be a problem. But okay. I'll worry about that when I get there. See how it works out. I mean, it would be nice not to have to render the video. What's the word for that? Convert it to increase the volume. But anyway, till next time. And such. That's all. I don't think there's any other news. There wasn't much going on in the old community thingy. It's kind of dry. Yep. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, well, what's her face did this fat people thing. I guess apparently they put the fat chicks on Sports Illustrated, and it's not really a vegan subject, is it? No, I don't know. Well, anyway, and it's just such bullshit. Just this whole. I'm sorry, some of it just doesn't make much sense to me, right? I mean, they didn't make bikinis for fat women. Just didn't. They made muumuus for fat women. Just logical. But I don't know what their standards are. So I mean, I don't like having to make concessions, and I don't necessarily make them. So I'm not saying women aren't entitled, but don't pretend. I mean, I don't pretend that if somebody says, "Ooh," this coming from a 56-year-old guy who wears a Speedo still. I mean, it's kind of disgusting, right? Theoretically, anyway. But what if I was fat? What if I was 50 pounds overweight? I mean, I know there's men to do that. I mean, even just shirtless, a guy who's got an extra 50 pounds is pretty gross. But are we going to pretend it's not? Oh, okay. So it just seems like that's what these women want. They want, this whole, whatever, big is beautiful thing or whatever it is. Fine, you go ahead and believe that. It's okay with me. I mean, I'm just saying, Sports Illustrated thinks it's going to sell me. Well, I'm not going to pay for it anyway, right? Like I seen a chick in a bikini before, I can get paid for that. But regardless, I mean, just the whole idea of it just seems, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to say it in a way that makes it make sense, but it's kind of like making a Rolls Royce that looks like a Volkswagen, like a big Volkswagen, even though they do look kind of shitty anyway. So let's say a Lamborghini, right? You make a Lamborghini and you just make it look like a oversized Volkswagen Bug. I'd be like, I ain't paying $150,000 for that. And I'm just saying, fat chicks in bikinis just don't do much for me. It's just a fact. This doesn't, I don't go, oh yeah. Personally. Yeah, I don't know, but the theme of this story was some sort of like we should all somehow be some sort of generic. That's what I didn't like about her video. I mean, she was just kind of implying like somehow there's not going to be a standard. No matter what you do, there's going to be a standard. So it's just, you can't avoid that. This, everything is yummy idea. I just don't know if that will ever work. Like dog do is yummy. I mean, there's going to be a bottom somewhere you're going to hit. I think there's got to be a bottom. Well, maybe people can't. I don't know. It just isn't in the nature of the organism, I don't think. I don't think it's part of our natural aesthetics not to be able to tell the difference between a dandelion and a rose. You know, one is complicated and delicate and blah, 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 and the other is just kind of silly and lazy. Yeah. Fluffy. Yeah, it's just different. Certain beauty to perfections and, you know, straight lines and different things. So I'm just saying. So, well, this video is not going to get me anywhere. I mean, first half of it's all junk, and then I say all this shit about that, and then I said this shit about that, and everybody's just going to be mad at me. But that's okay. I'm sorry, I'm already way ahead. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah, I didn't hear anything from old Snaky. He made his I'm homeless video, but he hasn't made an update, so see how it goes. See if he grows a full beard and turns into a real rock solid, you know, wino and such. Yeah. See what happens. Yeah. So till next time and such, and so forth and whatnot.